Hello everyone, it's Quibini and Tina. Welcome to the channel.
I love throwing him off.
Hope you have a wonderful day, everything is going great for you, and that you are in the best of health.
Yes.
And you're still obeying the social distancing.
Wearing your masks.
Wearing your mask and quarantine, keeping yourself and your family safe. You know, the scariest thing about, and I know that's not what we're going to talk about right now, but the scariest thing is about this whole COVID-19 is if you can have it and not know it. Just like a person can have HIV and not know it. Now, if you have AIDS, you're definitely going to know it. The HIV is something totally different. And it's just, wow. So this
Testing. He's freaked out about testing.
Yeah, definitely freaked out.
So what are you talking about today?
So we're going to talk about the travel industry and the tourism industry and how it has been affected from this COVID-19. From sea to shiny sea, to country to nation, to hemisphere. How this have affected many people. When I said many people, I'm talking about...
Affected us. We had plans.
Sure did. And what happened with those plans, Tina?
Well, we were supposed to go to a wedding in beginning of April in San Diego. And the wedding was canceled. And on top of that, the borders were closed. And then on top of that, the whole COVID thing reached an all-time high, and I was kind of really trepidatious about the frickin' San Diego because they were in it in the beginning. That was like the New York. It was really bad there. So we obviously didn't go and couldn't go, so we ended up canceling our plans, and that meant canceling the hotel, which the hotel at the Hilton was very gracious, and I had no problems like at all. They were like, cool, we know what's going to happen. We anticipate that all these people are going to shut down, and I had no problem until they officially did close their doors. They let us cancel, not a hitch, not a problem. We were supposed to fly American Airlines to San Diego, and at first they were saying, sucks to suck, but all we're going to do is give you a voucher that you can use at a later date. Then the little board of COVID or whatever that Trump's got going on told the travel industry, nah, you got to do better. People need their money back because they're out of work.
Right.
And so thankfully that happened, because then American Airlines was like, oh, my bad. Yeah, you can get your money back, but you have to actually request it. So I had to go back on in. I tried calling the international number, which was literally disconnected because of the amount of calls that they were getting.
Right.
And it says, like it said on the website, because due to the volume of calls, your call may not get through. So, you can do it online. So at least they made it easy to go online and to apply for the refund. I must say though, it told me 24 to 48 hours, and it has been over a week, and they've not given me the green light yet on the cash.
Wow.
I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. So I know we will get the cash back, I hope. But if American Airlines, they got bailed out, so
$200 billion, $200 billion bailout.
But they, I guess, are so behind with all the people, which I get it. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, that was American. So that was that trip to the U.S. because the U.S. was requiring that you had a flight to the U.S. that they were supposed to be refunding the money. It's different when you're going to another country.
Yeah, it's a lot different because we had not just one flight to that country, we had connecting flights in that country. So the whole thing is just kind of like,
Well, the U.S. ones were covered. You're talking about our other trip.
The other trip, the trip to Spain.
Yes.
And Malaga and France.
Yeah, the trip to Spain. Yeah.
Right.
So what about it?
So
that was another airline. So that was, what was that, Avianca?
No, I think that was Iberia.
Oh, Iberia. Okay, Iberia. So Iberia Airlines, of course, does not fall under the same laws. or has to do anything that the government tells them to do because they're another country. It's Spanish. It's an airline from Spain. So they basically, at first, when I had to cancel everything, I didn't have any problem with any of the hotels again. And I was even in some smaller hotels because we were supposed to be at like a vineyard, but I didn't have any problem canceling any of the hotels. The problem came with the airline, so they said they would not give us a refund. They would give us another
voucher.
Yes, and they hold true to that. So before it was what you had to use it by
December 31st.
Yes, you had to do both your travel, back and forth. But now, because this has extended, when I called back and said, well, now what do I do? Because obviously we won't be there by December.
Right.
They said, no, it's good till June of 2021.
Right, next year. So.
Then you still have a voucher. You just use the voucher. And 10% off.
So I'll wait before anybody begin to book any travel plans. I would just wait, because I'm quite sure there are going to be all kinds of specials, all kinds of discounts
Hope so.
to get your business. Because you know what? There's way too many planes parked in the California desert right now. Way over 100 from Delta Airlines to all these other airlines. They can't leave these airplanes just parked at the airport. They got to take them to the desert, middle of the desert in California, and park them until the COVID-19 decides it's going to leave us all alone and we can go back to business. So tourism, hotels, some car rentals, okay, all
buses,
this,
all that. Because even
buses.
here in the Dominican Republic, no buses are running from city to city that we used to take, the Caribe tours or the
Metro.
Either none of those are traveling around. Those buses have been parked.
So it's a big financial hit for all these companies, all these businesses, restaurants closed. I mean, it's just and some of the flights that are flying now, they're half full. Some of them ain't even hardly half full. Got 8 people on them, maybe 10 people on them. The stewardess are wearing a face mask and
They should.
and white gloves or plastic gloves. Protect themselves. I don't blame them. I really don't blame them. So hundreds of people had to cancel their travel plans because of this COVID-19.
I would say thousands.
Yeah, I would say thousands
Because
too.
there was way too many flight plans that they said, planes, like routes that just got grounded. It was like, it had to be thousands of people.
But the travel industry did take a big hit. Okay, when I say a big hit, I mean a big,
Huge.
giant hit, from the cruise ships to everything else that's involved with that.
Casinos. I mean, we're from Vegas.
Yeah.
Casinos are closed.
Casinos
The Strip
are
is black.
closed, and this hasn't happened, not in my lifetime.
Not mine either.
That we see the Las Vegas Strip, and I guess Lofton is probably shut down too. That's a strip
Reno,
too.
all that. Yeah.
Reno, all those are
Because
shut
Atlantic
down.
City is, and MGM closed their one even in, was it Japan? Is that where the big one
Oh,
is?
Macau.
Macau, yeah.
Macau.
So, I mean, man, it's been ridiculous.
It's been ridiculous. So it's when the tourism picks up, it's gonna take a minute for it to really get going. It just ain't gonna happen overnight.
A minute,
So-
I'm predicting it's gonna take months and months, almost close to a year.
We'll
to
close
break
6 months to a
even.
year. Well, these companies gonna
To
hurry
get
up.
ahead, it's gonna be like a year and a half, 2 years.
But some of these people still got people on unemployment and they're just waiting for them to call them back. And once the industry picks up,
Okay, but who's gonna rush to go? Like I said, I wouldn't rush to go to Vegas to go into a germ-filled casino. I use the chip as a perfect example. I worked for MGM in Detroit, and I used a chip. So let's say you're a poker player and you go to get a chip. Think about how many people have touched that chip. Let me give you a little walkthrough of the life of a chip. That chip starts downstairs in the vault. That thing is counted 3 times a day by each shift, morning, afternoon, and midnight. It's then taken up to a cage cashier who also has to verify each shift, morning, afternoon, and a graveyard shift, to make sure that all the money that was brought up is the same amount so that there's no theft happening. You then walk up to the cashier with your money, your card, your whatever. You give it to that cage cashier. That cage cashier has now touched your chip as well, hands you the chips. You have the chip that's at least 7 hands have touched. You then walk up to the table. You lay your bet down. You're laying down. You don't know who's been there before you. You don't know who's going to come up beside you. You lay that bet down, now that dealer has your chip because you lost it, let's just say. Because casinos are not in the business of winners, they're in the business of losers.
There you go.
So now that dealer has your chip. It's then, if it's a big one, and then they have to call over the assistant pit boss to verify the bet, then that assistant has the likelihood of touching that chip as well while he counts, and he marks down in his little book what that bet was, because they keep track of very high bids. So now, let's just say it was just the dealer. Dealer touches that bet, it goes into her little box that's then taken by the assistant pit at the end of the shift, and he's counting all that stuff up, and then it's going right back into downstairs, start the process all over again. So if you think you're the only person that's touched that chip, you're crazy. I don't care how much anti-bac they got up in that joint. That's a lot of people touching one little chip.
And I'm telling you, this COVID, it lays on the surfaces for quite some time. And the turnaround time will be a lot faster for those chips. So
I'm just saying, I don't like casinos anyway. I work for them, and I think they are nothing but full of the devil. They're there to take your money and keep it pushing. They have very little regard for the customers, and I don't think that, I would be killing myself on a regular day to go to a casino, let alone to gamble after a COVID outbreak.
yes, especially after COVID outbreak. Yeah.
Slot machines,
Yeah,
think of how many people touch that.
That
They
touch
can
that.
only wipe down so many slot machines.
That's true. That's true.
What are they going to hire? 10,000 extra people just to clean slot machines when they're not making any money? No, I don't believe it. ATM machines, when you go in to cash in your voucher, you're touching that machine. Too many hand-touching machine screens and all that in the casino. No way. Sorry, not me.
So what they say, what we hear on the news now, they say they're gonna have heat sensors to be able to sense, the COVID-19. We're gonna see how that works too.
But you could be carrying it and be non-symptomatic. So if you're non-symptomatic and you're walking around, you're spreading it and don't nobody know it. I'm good. I'll stay right here.
We gotta see what happens on that, because that's a lot that goes into that. Okay, and that's why in my own humble opinion, I think they should be slow before you open up the economy. Slow as she goes. Make sure you got a vaccine. Just do it right, because rush. I always was taught as a young man, haste makes waste.
Got that right.
And when you get to rushing and doing stuff quick, ain't nothing but problems. The last time I checked, and I lived in Vegas for almost 30 years, and we have a big fluctuation of Orientals flying into our city to gamble.
Well, yeah, MGM.
Planes and planes full of people.
But irregardless, you're getting people from all over the world. You're getting people from Italy. You're getting people from Spain. You're getting people from Germany. You're getting people from Canada. People come everywhere to come to Vegas. Vegas is a really popular place. It's like New York.
Right.
I'm just saying, a lot of people come there from everywhere to say that they've done Las Vegas, like they've been there.
But I was just talking about those virus countries.
It's still, I don't care. You can bring it. Everybody has it.
Yeah. No, where it came from.
But
China.
now it's everywhere, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You could be sitting in Canada with it and then come to Vegas. That's what I'm worried about with the kids.
And not knowing that you have it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the bad thing. So we just wanted to have a discussion on tourism, and I hope, like I said, everything gets back to normal, because I know, like I said, even Dominican Republic.
But what do you call normal? Because the economy was already doing bad before the COVID.
It was, and
crisis.
that's what we don't hear in the news, Tina, is that the economy was already on life support before this happens.
It was.
I kid you not, but we don't hear that from the news, because they want you to think that everything is peachy cream every day, everything's doing great. They always
I like what that guy
fix
said.
the numbers.
Remember the dude you had me watching? Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Him. Yeah,
that guy that wrote that book?
Yeah,
He said, he goes, United States, he goes, Americans are fat, happy, and clueless. And I was like, he is so right. We are. We think that we're, in our little bubble, and the United States is the best, country in the entire world, that we are leaps and bounds beyond anybody, and that, we should be so blessed every day that we wake up that we're U.S. citizens, please. One of the biggest deficits. Please.
Welcome to the Matrix. So what's that, Tina?
That's it. Don't get me started on the economy. I can sit here and do a whole video on the economics and
so
state of the world.
And that's why we're here. That's why we're here. So again, tend to follow the channel, share the channel with your neighbors,
Yeah.
your friends, your families.
Hit subscribe.
Hit that subscribe notification button so you can be on current with all of our upcoming videos.
Yes.
You know we only give good content on this channel. We're gonna keep it real and keep it pushing.
And on the comments below, thank you for the communication. And if there's something that you want to know about the Dominican Republic, let us know. We might cover it on a video. Give us some ideas
And don't forget about the PayPal.
to be a patron of the channel.
There you go. Show some love. One love. So in the meantime, between the time, life is being enjoyed. Peace.